Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 2. What an interesting match. Though when the match started, the match was boring, and I said boring match. But along the way, the match seems interesting, and I love what I watched between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. In that first half on Tottenham part, I think there was a problem between the players and the manager, or probably the dressing room was not good enough, because that first half for Tottenham was not it at all. Their body language, generally the players were not doing, they were not doing things right. Even on the right side, Poro and Johnson, their crosses, their crosses were poor into the box. And I said, the rhythm and fluidity of their play was not good enough. They were not in the game in that first half. So and I think Manchester United, they got it right in the first half, because they wanted it more, and they were compact and they were so organized for Manchester United, and they deserve to go ahead of Tottenham in that first half. But in the second half, when Tottenham came back, the intensity and the urgency they brought into the game, it pays off. It shows they wanted it more. Probably they will have started one or two things in the dressing room in the halftime. So in that second half, they wanted it more, and they deserve to go ahead. And what I love about the second half for Tottenham is that they brought the urgency, and the players show willingness. And I give kudos to Thomas Frank. His willingness for the substitution. When he was making the sub, I was like, what was going on? Why is he taking off all the players? He showed braveness. He took off Poro. He took off Simon. I think Simon wasn't in the game, because the guy, I don't know. He took him off, and he took off 1, 2, 3, 4 players like that. And the players he brought in, they brought Tottenham into the game. They equalized, and they go ahead making 2-1. Very deserved, and very lucky one for Manchester United. One thing about Manchester United is that they were so organized, and whenever they are off the ball, all of them just get behind the ball. They try to defend. They were so organized and they were determined. But I think a point share in this match was, it was well deserved for both teams, because both of them, I think, they play towards getting 1 point each.